Hey everybody, it's Tim and Aiden. Welcome back. We're doing another episode of Juicing in the Kitchen, right? Woo! Awesome.
Yeah.
And so today we're focused on juicing watermelons, right?
Oh,
because we were in the grocery store and we were looking around and one of my friends said, you know, watermelons are an excellent source of energy. They lower blood pressure, they make you feel better, they give you a lot of energy, and they help your blood flow. And we got ginger too, that's right. So let me talk about watermelon and then ginger. So watermelon is really good for increasing blood flow because when we get gooped up inside, then we don't have good blood flow. And when you don't have good blood flow, you know what happens when you don't have good blood flow?
You get less energy.
You have less energy and you have bad blood flow, which means you have more inflammation and more aches and pains and tingling or dizziness or fatigue and all that stuff that goes with it. So we started looking at, all right, let's buy some watermelon juice. And like a little 6-inch ounce was like, $3 or $4. And we're like, oh my gosh, we want to drink a bunch of it every day. And so that would be so expensive. We'd have to, if you juice this and bought it in the store, it'd be like $45, right? We got this for $5.99,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's a score, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
so we're gonna use this. Now, also watermelon, for men and women that are watching this, hang on one second. Apparently it's natural Viagra. So if you need your husband to be a little more frisky, or if you're a guy and you get older and you're having some challenges in that department, which a lot of guys do, we just don't talk about it, then watermelon juice is a natural way to get things looking up again. Okay, so we're gonna be able to use this and get a lot of great energy from it. And we're already high and flying because we were drinking our celery and apple juice today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. Makes you feel so good. And
It
so
tastes just like candy. It tastes just like candy. Just like apple. You know what? I can't remember.
yeah, like you were saying apple Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers. Yeah.
That's right. So now Aiden used to drink. What did you used to drink?
Well, I used to drink a lot of Kool-Aid and root beer, and I just wasn't feeling good anymore. But this is probably gonna help me a lot more.
Oh yeah, when we started switching over to juicing, Aiden was able to focus better. He's already brilliant, right? He was able to focus better. He's able to, because he's full of energy, right? And so, but when you put all that sugar in you, it's really hard. And kids, a lot of times, if you look at what they're eating at their school lunches, it's like no wonder everybody thinks that all these kids are ADD and ADHD. It's because most of it is what they're eating. Right? And so we have switched that around, and you can too. If we can do it with our crazy busy lifestyle, you can too, and we get to spend more time together doing this, right? So it's a fun family affair. All right, so now Aiden said that we also picked up some ginger. Depending on the recipes, you can use ginger, which is really good. I used to eat this for nausea. I had vertigo at one time, and so I would eat this naturally. I used to put it in teas, and now I found that if you just put a little bit of it in with your watermelon juice, it really makes you feel good. The other things you can use, the other thing you can use is lemon juice, a little bit of lemon juice. So today, we're gonna do a couple of things. We're gonna chop this baby up and we're gonna make a bunch of it at once because it can last 3 or 4 days, right? It's got his blade out, right? So it'll last 3 or 4 days so you don't have to do this every day because we don't have the time to do this every day. If you do, that's awesome, it's fun. We love doing this.
Oh, this is just great.
So great, but we're gonna chop this up and spread it out over the next 3 or 4 days so we can just drink it and go. Because, we're in demand. We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and chop this up now and juice it up and then tell you of the next part of it. Now, I do want to tell you real quick that when you're chopping this up, you can use the rind too because it really helps. The rind part of it, the outside part of it, is the part that is good for the aphrodisiac part of it, right? For the blood flow part of it. And then the inside is really good. The meat of the watermelon is really good for having energy. Now, you want to find a watermelon that's nice and green. You want to chop it up, and it should be real bright red inside. Now, a lot of times they say use organic watermelons, but those can be really expensive and a lot of times out of season. So you just use mostly the red meat that's inside the watermelon, and then just chop up the rind just a little bit into pieces. And you'll be fine because most of the pesticides and stuff, this is such a thick outer skin, it doesn't penetrate all the way through. So you can do it with rinds or you can do it without. Try different types, right? because you need to figure out what's going to be best for you. Not what we like, but what's best for you. So just start chopping it up and have fun with this. All right, want to get juicing?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Woo! Okay, so now Aiden and I are going to chop up this watermelon, right? And we're going to go super speed so you don't have to sit here watching us chop up a watermelon. But just a little tip, I like to cut it up in pans because it is juicy and watermelon juice gets all over the place. So this will collect the watermelon juice, and so that'll be helpful. So I'm going to start cutting this up here, and you can see that, oh yeah, look at this. Now, they will often say you can use seedless watermelons. I don't know what a seedless watermelon is. That is kind of like a freak of nature because all of these have seeds in it. So if they pull the seeds out, that means they've somehow genetically modified it. So I don't really know what I don't think God made a seedless watermelon. I think that we're messing with it. People are messing with it. So you want to get seeds. You can juice these seeds. There's a lot of energy in here. And people have eat dried out watermelon seeds. It's fine. It's good for you.
Oh, that smells good.
Yeah, it does smell good, doesn't it? It's nice and red in there and juicy, and so we know we got a really good one. And that's what you want. Usually the greener on the outside, the redder on the inside, and the more color on your plate, the better you feel, the more energy and vitality you have, right? So I'm going to chop this up and put the slices here. And as we do this, you were telling me something, Aiden. What was it?
All right, so a thing with ADHD, some people made fidget spinners. And I don't see what the thing is because they seem more distracting because you're holding it in your hand and you're simply just watching it like this. So I don't know how that would help you. And actually, my friends would get in trouble because you're not supposed to have these in school. So it didn't help them. It just got them in trouble. So.
Well, that's not helpful, is it? So
No.
if they had things like this watermelon juice that they could use and started juicing this stuff and drinking this, then they wouldn't be so hyper, right? They wouldn't be so fired up. So the solution isn't to give people more things to be distracted about. And that's what we usually do. Human beings are so good at trying to avoid pain by doing things that create more pain. And it's very frustrating. So it's so much easier instead to just start looking at this in a different way. And then what happens, now I say it all the time, so if you watch my videos, you can say it with me. There's always 3 things that happen when people are trying to create a change. And step number 1 is resistance. So if you're watching this and you're sitting here going, and you're thinking to yourself, well, it takes too much time, or it costs too much money, or I don't have the right equipment. I mean, this is just some fruit, and a decent juicer here, and we're spending quality time, and super simple and easy. Okay, and so we go through resistance. Step 2 is we go through confusion. I'm not sure what to do. That's why we're making these videos, to kind of walk you through it. We are not experts in juicing, right? We are not dietitians or nutritionists. So he's a brilliant actor, and I'm a brilliant mind coach, right? So this is not our expertise. But our expertise is learning how to use things that are good for us and then sharing it with the world.
And making people happy.
That's my boy, right? All right, so let's get this stuff all chopped up and then get it juiced and then wrap this video up so that instead of you sitting here watching us juice, you can start juicing on your own. Yeah!
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Okay, so we got everything chopped up. It took a little while to do. There's watermelon juice everywhere, but we got tons of watermelon pieces in here, and we got lots of rind too. Now, here's the deal. You can do one of 2 things. You can just juice this, right? Or you can juice this with the rind. Now, the rind's gonna be a little more tart. It's gonna taste a little bit more like a cucumber water kind of taste, and if you like that, that's awesome. If you just want to start with maybe one of these, one rind, and then a whole bunch of the watermelon meat inside, then you can do it that way too. You got to experiment a little bit, and when you experiment, just do a few pieces and then taste it. And if you feel like, wow, that's really good, then you keep going at it. Don't wait until you've juiced the whole thing and made a giant batch and then go, ooh, I don't like it, right? So now you can juice all this stuff, and then of course Aiden and I took 1-inch piece from our
ginger.
Thank you from our ginger, and we're gonna stick that in there too, just because it's gonna give us a little more energy. But you notice the difference. We're gonna juice all of this watermelon, that whole watermelon, and then one little piece of ginger, because this stuff is potent. When I started cutting it, remember what you were?
That was strong. That was very strong.
That is strong.
Whew.
Oh. You know, that's pretty strong if you ate it by itself. But if you put it in with this, then you're going to get the power and the vitamins and the nutrients and the healing energy that's in this what?
Oh
my God, in this ginger.
Oh, the ginger. The ginger.
I know, I can't remember. So in the ginger, and then we're going to put it with the watermelon. All right, so let's get juicing. Ready? Let's fire this up.
I do have one question though.
How? Turn my juicer on.
All right.
Thank you.
I do have.
What would I do without this kid? I don't know.
I do have one question though.
Yes, fire away.
How do they make ginger ale?
How do they make ginger ale? I bet you could YouTube it and find out, because I really have no idea. But they probably take the goodness of ginger, and then they add water, and then they carbonate it, right? Now, carbonated water is not good for you, because all the bubbles, and I think it's the CO2 in there, is not good. And a lot of times the carbonated stuff gives us digestive problems. So it's so much better to just go with the water. Look at how much water. 95% of a watermelon is water. When people say, oh, I don't like water. Okay, well, get your water sources from fruits and veggies then, right? Carrots and celery and watermelon. Look how much, that is beautiful. Color, energy. Whoa, seeds flying out of there. I mean, that is really gorgeous. And so that's what we want to do. Now we're going to throw some rind in here. Whoa, see how easy that juice is? I never even thought that you could juice a rind. I just thought that's amazing. You know, the stuff we don't know, right? And so that's why I'm doing this. Oh, now it's green. So that green energy, colors, reds, greens, you know, blues, yellows, oranges, that means vitality and energy. And a lot of times what we're eating is white stuff or brown stuff, right? So we're eating a lot of breads, a lot of sugar. There you go. That's right. That's how we do it. We just smush it in there. Now you want to throw in some of that ginger? Be outrageous? Let's do this.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh! And that was it.
Yeah,
kind of anticlimactic right there. So, all right. Oh, you can smell it though, right? Oh, I wish this camera had smell-o-vision, because you'd be able to smell this right now.
40.
All right, so we're gonna keep.
Look at the water now.
I know.
Just
We're gonna need another bowl pretty soon. Now, if you tried to buy this in containers, this amount of juice in the grocery store,
that'd be like thousands of dollars.
Tens of millions of dollars it could cost you. But here it costs us $5.99. Okay, so that's the power of doing this at your home. And it's way more fun, and it's a little messy, and I love it. You know, when I look at our counter afterwards and it's full of juice and pieces of watermelon and pieces of celery and apples and melons and banana peels and all this fun stuff, I just love it. I get so excited by that. Now this is full of juice in here too, so I'm just gonna dump all of this in. The reason I don't dump it just straight into the bowl here is because I'm trying to get the seeds out. Okay.
Let's destroy this.
All right, here we go. Wow, look at all that green. I don't know if you can see it in there right now. I think we overloaded it a little too much. So anyway, we're gonna get this juiced up. We're gonna get taken care of, and then we'll be right back.
All right, so we finished juicing everything, and it looks so good.
So good.
It looks just like Kool-Aid. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
That looks amazing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we got some bonus seeds in there.
Right.
All right, sweet. So we're gonna go ahead. Yes, that's the fun part, the taste test. I'm gonna put a little bit in there, because we can always tweak this, but I don't think we're gonna need to. So, all right, ready?
3,
2, 1. Watermelon up. Oh my gosh, this is the best ever. It's so sweet. It's like a dessert, right? Oh my gosh. Wow. And we have gallons of it, right? Now this will cost you $10 million at the store, but we got it for $6. Okay? Now you can do the same thing. Now you can store this for up to 3 days. They recommend in a mason jar with a tight lid, put it in the refrigerator for 3 days, and it should last just fine, so that you don't have to keep juicing stuff. But look, we only juiced half of it. we still got all this other stuff that we could juice. And so we are gonna be able to fill another bowl just with this stuff because most of it is water. So this is a great way to get water in your body. You can be juicing all morning long, right? Or juicing in the afternoon. We have so much energy right now because we've been juicing. We're like bouncing off the walls, but in an awake way. Not the jittery stuff that comes from, thank you, sir. Not the jittery stuff that comes from, drinking green tea even, or coffee, or, diet sodas that they that they crank up the caffeine content in. No, you can use this. And again, because it's natural, it really helps you feel good. Now, I'm not a doctor, so you should check with your doctor or a nutrition, right? I'm gonna be bringing dietitians and nutritionists into our body transformation community, so you can ask all the questions that you want. And but this has been so much fun. And it's been great family time, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great bonding time. And great drinks. Oh.
Great bonding time and great drinks. So I don't know if you can get better than that. So here's to your health, and here's to making your life and your juicing experience a sure success. Thanks everybody. See you soon.
See ya.